This video is about how nothing is powerful, right? Nothing is powerful, right? The nothingness, right? Meaning no human being, no idol, no dust, right? Nothingness as in God, Allah, right? Allah is powerful, right? Allah nothingness, right? Is powerful, right? And is more powerful than simulation, right? Is more powerful than people telling you we live in a simulation, right? The nothingness that is, the reality that is, right? Is more powerful than any Pleiadian, any aliens, alien, Pleiadian, right? Anything trying to make you shut up or speak for that matter, right? Alien, right? Or speaking is powerful, right? So that nothingness being, right, is unseen nothingness being, right, is more powerful than spirits, ghosts, right? Spirits, ghosts, ancestors, spirit guides, everything like that, right? And that's what you need to know because sometimes, right, what it is be following, right, is what you call spirits, or what always be following, we're calling spirits is be guiding all you, whereas animal spirits, right, animal spirits, ghosts, boot, right? Bhoot, right? What you call ghosts in Hinduism, ghosts, right? Ancestors, right? Sometimes damn thing, right? Is be guided all you, and all you need to be guided by the nothingness, right? The nothingness is your own self. The nothingness is your higher self, right? That is where you need to be guided by, right? Stop being guided by what you call, hey, boot, ghosts, right? Because all them things come in your ears, right? And try to infiltrate, right? Ghosts, spirits, right? Dead, right? Dead, ghosts, spirits, all kind of thing, right? So, but sometimes these things is happening now where I need to bring about karmic resolution too. But what I'm saying, stop following it, right? Because it could lead you to, right? So if a ghost, right, call on you, like what I was saying in one of my previous videos there, right, that the dead call, right? If the dead call, right, and a ghost, meaning somebody close to you you're connected with, right, call you, right, and you follow them, right? Meaning without discernment, then you had to know discernment, you had to discern, right? So if without discernment you follow them, right, you end up going and killing yourself too, or you end up dead somewhere, right? So you have to discern, right? Whether that dead, right? When dead or the death realm calls you now, right, to do something, right? You have to discern and say, hey, well, is this practical? Does this make sense? Right? Is this for the what's the purpose of this? What's the purpose of this call? Right? What's the purpose of this call that I'm surrendering to? Right? What's the point of this call? What's the purpose of this call? Right? So before you respond to the call now, hey, it must have a valid reason this call was made. It must have a valid reason this call was made, right? From the realms, right? Good, right? And that's how you know, and your resolve whatever karma need to be resolved in that area, right? So right. So you be guided by your self, your higher self, right? And you stop listening to all the whisperers, like I just call it, right? Somebody's whispering, whisperers, right? It's the dead people that are going before you, ancestors, right? People on earth who are ancestors, people who are dead who are ancestors or spirit guides, right? And sometimes they might be right and leading you in the right direction, but sometimes not. Because always remember, you have good ancestors and you have evil ancestors, right? And that's what it doesn't. There's a ancestors. Sometimes I say ancestors be running up people trust. Ancestors be riling up people like that. Because why? Sometimes you have evil. We all have evil ancestors and good ancestors, right? So and it have evil people in the dead realm and it have good people in the dead realm, right? With spirits, right? So that is why you have to be careful of who and which voice, right, you're listening to, right? And and you can't even follow, right? Don't even follow none, right? Follow your own self, right? Follow your own self, right? Because these voices, right, is going to be telling you one thing, one voice, next voice telling you next thing, and they're going to leave you confused, right? So you follow your own self, right? Your own self, and nothingness as God, right? That is what to follow, right? So following all these whisper, because at the end of the day, right, it's whisperer, shisperers, right? Whisperer, shisperers, right? Lots of them is devil energies, right? Evil entities, right? So and his ancestors, all them things, spirit guides, right? Animal whisperers, right? So people, animals too. These things will be shifting through animals, and there's we calling you, but because they don't want you evolve now, the way you devolve. Some of them, right? So if you have dogs around you, right? Some of them energies might wear, hey, we want you to become a dog, come back a dog, right? In the next life. But I not gonna become no dog in my next life, right? So that's how them things function, right? So there's becoming to pull you back down now, hey, so that in your next incarnation you become a lower life form. But hey, we know that once you reach a human being, it have no going back, right? Once you reach a human being, you need to make choices that's reflective of a human being, right? So you don't get on carnal, you don't get on animalistic, right? You don't go on FUCK, right? And you road for carnival, right? You don't go and eat meat, KFC, all these things, like devour it like a freaking pork, beef, all these things. You don't be steak, right? You don't be over consuming and consuming these things and be like the gluttonous way, right? You exercise the intelligence of a human being because a human being is the highest intelligence, right? The highest form that you could reach, right? Before you attain a union with God. The human is the highest form you can reach before you attain a union with God, right? So these energies where you come back down now, hey, reincarnate back into a dog, reincarnate back into a plant, reincarnate back into an animal, right? And I ain't doing that, right? Good. So this is the last incarnation actually, right? And is the highest incarnation, right? So just just drill that into all your head, right? Good.